It's sometime early March 2014, and I am in Kotor, Montenegro.
Meditation on releasing fear. The psychological condition of fear is divorced from any concrete and true immediate danger. This kind of psychological fear is always of something that might happen, not of something that is happening now. You are in the here and now, while your mind is in the future. When you are identified with your mind and have lost touch with the power and simplicity of the now. When you are identified with your thinking, the ego runs your life. The ego, the mind-made self, is fragile and considers itself under attack. Eckhart Tolle. Go back 10 years, and go through your life the past 10 years. Then tell yourself, how would that life be? How would those 10 years have been if you did not have the thought that one day you will go homeless? What would your past 10 years be like if you didn't have this fear of going homeless? Those years would have been so much more relaxed.
This is in Montenegro.
Your fear might be a distorted thought. It may be catastrophizing. I don't want fear of something that hasn't happened yet spoil my current days. If something bad should happen in the future, I will only suffer it then, not in advance. Am I anticipating the suffering? I should not. Suffering is optional. I will not suffer too early. Sadness and fear are not yours, not personal. They are conditions of the human mind. They come and go. Nothing that comes and goes is you. Eckhart Tolle. Wayne Dyer. Decide that you live in a friendly universe. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. I am a piece of divine source. The universe walks beside you along the path, so you should never fear again. The universe is watching for your well-being. Are you worried? Do you have thoughts of type, what if? The problem is that you are identified with your mind, which is projecting itself into an imaginary future. That creates fear. To save yourself, acknowledge the present moment. Become aware of your breathing. Feel the air flowing in and out of your body. Feel your inner energy field. All that you ever have to deal with, cope with, in real life is this moment. I don't have a problem in this moment. I have problems if I project to the future. You can always cope with the now, but you can never cope with the future. The answer, the strength, the right action or the resource will be there when you need it, not before. Eckhart Tolle. The worst that can happen is that I die. And if that happens, it has the good side that I will stop suffering. When you have fear, say to yourself, am I projecting at the future? I need to come back to now. Change your story. Change your life. My new story is, I can do it. I am fearless and I am grateful, and I can do it again. I believe in myself. I am unnecessarily depriving myself of happiness with fears. Fear of something in the future. But not something right now. I can stop the fear for a few hours to be okay for a few hours. Fear the future, or even to fear inevitable things, is useless. In a way, it takes away energy that we could be applying towards the solution to a lot of the problems we are fearing. Fear produces lots of symptoms, physical and mental, that cause a lot worse situations than it could ever prevent. The fear itself is created by you and at your disadvantage, as fear hurts you. Being calm and happy results in much better results. What are the thoughts that are connected to this fear? Do these thoughts project you into the future trying to control something you have no control over? Your thoughts create imaginary scenarios. They are not facts. The body cannot tell the difference between an actual event and what my mind is creating. If your thoughts say your life is in critical situation, but in the now, nothing is happening. There is a quiet room. You tackle the thoughts by realizing the destructive nature of these thoughts. Then choose and make a conscious decision to step out of the fearful thinking. Just knowing that the fear is not real and is being produced by the mind will help. And then when the body starts relaxing, pay attention to the parts that have relaxed. It is like the relief of waking up from a nightmare. The qualities of fearlessness. 1. Trust that the world always will send you messages on how to go on and keep learning. 2. Joy. Appreciation comes from realizing that nothing is ever a dead end. What happens is always the seed for something else. 3. Imagine you are sitting on the saddle of the horse. You keep yourself still even though below you there is movement. It is below you. Growing up, I learned erroneously to fear, to protect myself from catastrophe. Fear is the creation of the mind. Most of our fears don't ever happen. Don't spoil your life with fear. I need to remind myself that the behavior of creating fear is wrong. Tell yourself, I'll be okay. I have already made it through situations many times. I'll make it through again. Fear is a false emotion that appears real. I am going to tell fear the following: I am not going to believe you. I stop projecting this fear into the future. Think of a good outcome. You have that choice. Nobody can stop you from positive fantasizing. The future will happen if you fear it or not, so why not enjoy today? You create your own suffering with thoughts of things that do not exist. Sadhguru said, Guru, your fear is always about what is going to happen next. That means your fear is always about that which does not exist. If your fear is about the non-existent, then it means that you are living in your imagination. Just breathe and remember that deep down inside I'm okay. Remember that despite the fear, your life also consists of so much beauty. Our thoughts and fears are just like dreams. And we can choose to wake up from them, to re-enter the present moment where things are alive and vivid. Give yourself a break by not grasping so hard to your thoughts. I forgive myself for having felt fear, but I'm going to move on and feel good now and not let it ruin my day. To reduce fear, accept modesty. Reduce my ego. Reduce my heartbeat, seeing positive. It helps to surrender. It helps to accept the seemingly unacceptable. Acceptance of the unacceptable is a greater source of grace. Remember, you are the observer of the fear. You are the awareness, the consciousness, the observer. You are separate from the fear. No feeling is final. All feelings end at some point. Maybe when you hear a joke. Have compassion for yourself. Tell yourself, I shouldn't be torturing myself. You will always have fears, but when you get to a place where you are no longer driven by them, something magical happens. Decide you're sick of fear. At some point, you just have to make a choice to not be afraid anymore. Yes, you can actually choose to be less afraid. No, this doesn't mean your fear is just going to go away. But it will move the ball. It will create a shift. Tell yourself that fear is damaging your life and make a decision, now, to no longer allow those fears ruin your life. Fearful thinking happens to you. These thoughts are not helpful, have no useful purpose. I am not helping myself by thinking these things. Get past the delusion that worrying is necessary. Stop it by recognizing the destructive nature of these narratives in your mind. Then you have a choice. My choice is to take my attention away from fearful thinking. Feel your inner body, your hands. The energy in my hands. Is my hand still there? Notice your breathing. The present moment, the most precious thing you have, is not a means to an end that is supposed to come in the future. The more faith you have, the less fear you have. Faith means believing that things will happen even if you can't see the result yet. Faith is getting on an airplane pretty sure that it will land at the other end of the world. The mind comes up with a lot of lies. Many fears are lies, They are not based on 100% fact. Just don't give a shit. Choose feeling peace. Say, yeah, when that time comes, things will fall apart and I'll let it fall apart. Fear is the construction of the ego. The ego is an image that I have created. By letting go of my ego, I embrace the truth inside me, which is fearless. Chapra. Stop. Here are affirmations to eliminate fear. Say this: the universe is unfolding perfectly. I can relax and let go. I can go with the flow. I can let go of the rock, let go of my fear and swim in the river in a stream, and enjoy the experience as I watch the trees passing me by. I always have everything I need. I have all the love I need within my own heart. The universal consciousness is guiding me and I am always taken care of. Stop. Before finding enlightenment, we fear life, because we don't see ourselves as life itself. Before enlightenment, we see life as a separate entity, as it is a scary wolf with claws and sharp teeth. When we come to the realization that we are life itself, fear disappears. Thoughts and fears cause you to get disconnected from life. The child that is joyous in a park with only trees and a ball is connected with life. Stop. Fear is caused by a story you believe in. You need to drop that story and stop believing in it. Stop. I come back from the China trip and it went so well. It was a goal that I achieved. The process was great. Remember, I had so many fears before leaving. I got over all those fears and discovered nice things. Also, during part of the trip I became very self-confident and relaxed. It was well worth it. Stop. When you no longer perceive the world as hostile, there is no more fear, and when there is no more fear, you think, speak and act differently. Eckhart Tolle. Stop.
Stop. The reason we fear things on the outside is because they trigger feelings of inadequacy inside of us. Tell yourself, I am not that inadequate. I can do it. And if not, I will find a substitute thing to do. One way or another, I will do something when the time comes. Tell yourself why I have chosen to fear think when I could be doing positive thinking. Tools you can apply to your life situations. 1. Open thinking versus fear thinking. 2. Create space. You cannot be fearful and grateful at the same time. Stop. We fear change and the unknown. All we really know about death is that it is both of those. But remember, you can have faith, which is taking the next step. Step into the unknown because you believe it will have a positive outcome. You can find comfort with letting go and trusting. But every time I just let go and I trusted, things seemed to work out. And letting go and surrendering took the fear and suffering away, and put me in a state where I was maximally capable of solving my problems, and being able to enjoy life more. I've come to know that no matter what happens, I'm always okay. I surrendered to the emotional pain, and a sense of relief appeared. Stop catastrophizing because it makes you stop trying and being open to new opportunities. Accept uncertainty as a natural part of living a wholehearted life. Embrace risk and the anxiety that comes with it as normal and natural. There has to be a bit of anxiety with every risk. Don't use fear to motivate yourself. Don't say, "I must get off my ass or I'll end up homeless." Instead say, "I must get off my ass because becoming a programmer will give me the cool life I want." Positive things you can say. "I'll learn from this mistake and be better next time." May good things come to you as you courageously face life and the risks that come with living courageously. I was listening to a piece of electric guitar instrumental by Yagme. I felt like there was something eternal about me, beyond the day-to-day life, beyond the years. Late Night Flight by Shock Attack also takes away the fear out of me, as if we are looking at life from the sky in a protected warm spaceship. When there is no age or time, there is no suffering. Stop. Brave people are intimate with fear. They joke with it. They watch it. They shake hands with it and talk to it. Have the courage to die. The courage to die continually. Stop. All anxiety, all dissatisfaction, all the reasons for hoping that our experience could be different are rooted in our fear of death. Relax with hopelessness. Relax with death, not resisting the fact that things will end. I have all the time in the world, just like the Louis Armstrong song, because I am eternal. When I had the ayahuasca experience and felt like no time had gone by between now and childhood, you were watching those childhood streets. The life that I'm living is not that bad given where I'm coming from and the conditions I came from. I need more pride in what I have achieved. If I eliminate the times I spent in useless fear, the life I've lived would have rated much better. Stop. Remember that you grew up with fear because of your unsupporting, abusive, negligent parents. Therefore, fear is the most familiar thing to you. When you take a chance on possibility, your body wants to hang on to the old, which is pain and sadness. It rather live in fear than trust in the unknown. When you want to do something new, the body tries to influence the mind to try to stop you from trying something new. The body will say things to your brain like, "Leave it for tomorrow, you are tired, you don't have enough money, it's your father's fault." You need to say no to these old thoughts and go towards the unfamiliar and uncomfortable. Create your future.